Hello and welcome back to the Real Wrestling and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out, and it's a big episode of Dynamite today, the 300th episode of Dynamite. I can't believe we've gone through 300 episodes already, and yeah, there is a lot going on in this week's show as we build into All In. It's just only a few weeks away now, isn't it? So we're going to get straight into things, and we're going to start off with Hangman Page, who marched to the ring to declare John Moxley would need to kill him to stop him putting on a challenge for the Texas Death Match at All In. Mox arrived from Marina Shafir in question whether the Cowboy truly wanted this. Page slapped his rival, causing a brawl to break out. Yuta, Castagnoli and Shafir choked out Hangman, but he got back up, taunted the Swiss Superman, but the Ops arrived to protect the Cowboy. Page got a hold of the briefcase, finally pushing Mox to agree to the stipulation. Hangman left the champ with a reminder of what he's willing to do by hitting Shafir with a buckshot. For the first time since Hangman won his shot at Moxley, they stood face to face with microphones, and that crowd was completely behind the challenger. At the end of this wild segment, Hangman remained in the ring, and he was ready to fight. It heavily foreshadowed the Texas Death Match last week, and guarantees that level of brutality. It's not even the first Texas Death between the two, but the vibe is different, and yeah, you can feel the hatred, and that's exactly what we need as we edge towards All In. The energy was wild, and yeah, a brilliant start to the show. Mercedes Moné then faced a personal and unrelenting attack from Mina Shikawa, barely surviving with a small package. Afterwards, the CEO attacked Venus from behind. Timeless Tony then ran in to make the save, but Moné caught her with the TBS title two ends to the back of the head. The CEO then lasted the cake and champagne as she left the ringside for Storm before throwing a drink in the face of Luther. This is a fantastic match that could well have been All In different circumstances. The crowd generally brought into a potential upset. This is especially fantastic from Shirakawa, and she's been great in AEW ring. While Moné cannot carry the TBS and Women's World Championship forever, I think she should win. Storm's not going to be able to carry the division forever, and the CEO will walk in undefeated, and Shirakawa has proved exactly why she should get her hands on the main gold soon. But yeah, this was great, 8 out of 10. Moving on into the four-way for the number 2 spot in the men's casino gauntlet. MJF treated this like an easy fight, but he nearly lost multiple times. In the end, he barely caught AL Fox with the salt of the earth to get the win. Afterwards, Briscoe arrived to ask MJF to meet him in the ring for the talkie talk before their all-in clash at Casino Gauntlet. Jet Speed came out for a fight. Lashley and Benjamin then beat them down and blasted them repeatedly, but Kevin Knight and Speedball kept getting back up. First, the Jet grabbed the microphone and challenged Benjamin to a match on Collision. MJF then teased mockery of the four-way, but he quickly showed what he can do in the ring alongside three of AEW's best workhorses. This is a fantastic battle, but it was arguably better than the number 1 contenders match. Briscoe coming out to knock MJF was expected, but the best times were saved for next week. Despite all the great action, the best part of the segment was Jet Speed. The Hurt Syndicates run through multiple teams and left them down. Knight and Bailey getting back up time again sold they could be the challengers for Lashley and Benjamin. This is the best build for a Hurt Syndicate match since they arrived, and yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if Jet Speed won at all. But as a whole, this went for a bit long, but on the whole I thought it was pretty decent, 8 out of 10. We then got the Bucks and Takeshita taking on Bandido and Paragon. And yeah, Bucks and Takeshita looked good together before becoming far too much from Bandido, Strong and O'Reilly. They sealed the win with an EVP trigger, followed by the Raging Fire from Takeshita to Cole. Afterwards, Swerve and Will Ospreay brawled with the Founding Fathers and sent them running. Then they reiterated their demand put the EVP title on the line. Matt and Dick refused until Ospreay offered not to fight for the World Championship for 1 year on a loss. The Young Bucks and Takeshita have impressive chemistry. In fact, they have better chemistry than the Bucks shown with Okada. This could be a teaser of a future version of or it could be a fun one-off battle. All the villains needed a victory to solidify the threat. Ospreay adding another stipulation definitely added a lot to it, and he can definitely go with it as Swerve. So yeah, it was not clear from the start where this is going to go, but it'll be fascinating to see how they get on together, and yeah, definitely intrigued by that and how they mesh with the Bucks. So yeah, 7 out of 10. We then got Swerve and Ospreay versus LFI, and Swerve and Ospreay continue to argue over the stipulation for their all-in tag match, but got on the same page when it matters most. LFI had no out, so once they working together, Hinge released to go with a Styles Clash and House Call for the win. This is far less involved for the second Hero v Villain contest. Swerve and Ospreay ran them over with pretty dominant fashion. From a storytelling perspective, it made sense for Ospreay and Swerve to look unstoppable, but it was a shame LFI looked so much less like the established teams. These teasers in this match are tantalising for their bout with the Bucks. It felt like it could easily steal All In. As an aside, AEW did a great job with the whole Superman content. While the pre-tape videos were corny, the match never really felt out of place. So yeah, on the whole, I'd say sponsorship done right. As we then moved on to our main event, Okada versus Ibushi, and Ibushi didn't hold back in his first match with Okada in years. Afterwards, Romero and Archer threatened to do more damage to the Golden Star, but Omega arrived with a steel chair. Trent Bretter threatened the cleaner, but Ibushi recovered to save Omega and set up a powerbomb neckbreaker combat. The Golden Lovers hugged hugged in the ring to win the show. Ibushi is a different wrestler than he was now in AEW, but he's also a much better wrestler than he was in his first AEW work. It feels like he's finally getting his place back in the ring. Still had a few soft moments with Okada, but he still looked getting back to the old Ibushi. This is another strong showcase of Okada, and I can't wait for that match with Omega. The two men went to Raw, and it was slower than it might have been in their prime, but still it was a brilliant match, and magic will occur in Texas. And I thought this was the perfect build to it. 7 out of 10. And overall, Dynamite this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, this was a really strong episode of Dynamite. The matches throughout were brilliant. I really enjoyed some of the storytelling. So on the whole, this was just a really, really strong show. I think AEW is definitely hitting form at the right time.
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.